Out-of-school children, a common negative dot on the streets of northern Nigeria, has persisted despite successive governments' unyielding efforts to curb it with the enrollment of the affected children in schools. The number of children on the street is staggering, as the United Nations hints that over 700,000 of these school-of-age children are spread across the 11 local governments of Gombe State. This prompted the government to initiate satellite schools and build various Sangaya schools across the state to accommodate the challenge. Today, the government has gone further by partnering the United Nations Children Education Fund, UNICEF, to put these children across the 114 wards in school.
We equally constructed 1,800 classrooms and integrated 350,000 out-of-school children, thus ensuring a healthier and a more prosperous future for all. As of today, we have not yet reached our target. There are, by the UNICEF estimation, about 750,000 out-of-school children. But with our effort, inshallah, very soon we shall overcome. And I pray that parents and especially the traditional leadership will pay special attention to that, so that at the end of the day we'll be able to take all the children back to school and ensure that they are educated and they become productive in order to develop our country and the economy.
At this stakeholders meeting, deliberations began on how to enroll these out-of-school children in the classrooms.
We have domesticated the Almajiri and out-of-school children bill, and now we have a board which will be responsible for Almajiri and out-of-school children. Then for each local government, we have one model Sangaya school, and we have 3 bilingual schools whose capacity is 1,000 each. So we are going to, when we mop up these students, we have where we can keep them. In Gombe State, what we are doing is an innovative approach to enrollment drive campaigns, an innovative approach to Almajiri issues. And what we do is, we call it fast and smart. Fast, for the F, is frequently discussed. We keep on talking and talking until we overcome this challenge.
A demographic view on the increasing number of out-of-school children in all the 11 local governments of the state is being outlined, and discussions on how to tackle it are seriously prioritized.
Yes, this is the table according to ranking. The local governments that have the highest number of out-of-school children, followed by the second up to the last local government, which is Katuko local government. Yamatudeba in Gombe State has the highest number of out-of-school children in Gombe State. Yamatudeba. Yes. Galijira. Yes. Look at it here. The total is about, they have about 103,663. Followed by Kwani. Look at the scenario. Tera and Bolawa. Tera, they are the highest. Followed by Bolawa.
Conflict and insecurity, we are in the northeast. We thank God Gombe, we have a relative peace here. But our neighboring states, they are engulfed with conflict and insecurity. So many of these children find their way into the state.
Stakeholders agreed to collaborate and work hand in hand to tackle the out-of-school children menace, with commitment to ensure massive enrollment of these children.
When they say there are children that are out of school, it worries me. 60 years, or is it 65, after independence, we are still talking about children not in school. I think this is not good enough. We need to do more, no matter what it takes. It is not only government business. It is the business of everybody. It is not government that gives birth to child. We are the ones that give birth to children. And these children should be educated. We have a responsibility to educate our children. We have a responsibility to go to the schools that are not performing, to say, look, we want a good lot for our children. You have a right to walk to any school, you that are seated here, to say, no, things are not happening the way it should. You should do better. This is how we will do it. And when we do that, we will inject value. We will inject quality in our school systems. And people will be attracted to send their children to school.
Collaboration with traditional and religious leaders. And Alhamdulillah, I can see many of our royal fathers here and religious leaders here. So that means we are getting it right at Gombe State in line with the national framework. Other approach is it involves the hierarchy of the authority. Within each state, it needs to be identified and their support solicited to influence other stakeholders to equally campaign and bring back children to school.
Islam has already made education compulsory. In fact, the first 5 verses they were revealed in the Holy Quran. These are the first 5 verses that were revealed to the Holy Prophet. And all of them were talking on education. That is why Islam placed education at the top. It's one of priorities for Islam. Without education, you cannot understand the Quran. You cannot understand where you are going. You cannot understand the prayers, the zakat, and what have you. There is nowhere that Islam said Boko Haram. In fact, during the lifetime of the Prophet, he said, one is going to seek education even if it is in China.
The Khan sector are collaborating just like with SUBEB and UBEC on it because like they stated, the number of out of children is becoming too much, and it's not just about one part of the religion, but it's both. Because if you look at, especially this season of famine, you discover that both Christians and Muslims are going to the farm, so the child is not back to school. So the Christian aspect are raising more awareness in our villages, especially because that's where you discover that people don't actually have time to go to school and even to attend church services. When it rains in the morning, you discover that the church is empty because people have gone to their farms. So a lot of awareness and teaching is going on the need for all children to go back to school, irrespective of their age. Even though, yes, we know that our country is passing through a lot of things, but that doesn't mean that a child cannot attend school, because the government is also doing much to see that the school fees or the fees, especially in public schools, are minimum where every child is able to attend at least the primary and the secondary.
Akwai lokaci ku saurare na zan fayyace su dalla-dalla.
A warm welcome from the children of the primary school in the suburb of Gombe Metropolis for the First Lady and wife of the Governor, Hajia Dr. Asma'u Yahaya, as she is billed to commence the enrollment program for out-of-school children.
Contributions are a shining example of community spirit and thus complement the government's effort in ensuring that no child is denied the chance to learn. This campaign is therefore a call to all stakeholders, parents, guardians, traditional rulers, religious leaders, teachers, civil society, and community members Our message is simple and clear. Every child belongs to the classroom. The rightful place of our children is in school, where they can learn, grow, and prepare for a future of opportunities. To match our growing population and address this challenge, the government is providing more resources for schools.
Deputy gwamnan gaisuwa na miko
The campaign, spearheaded by a frontline educationist and Commissioner for Education, Associate Professor Aisha Maigari, walking the talk as the enrollment of the children begins.
Gombe State, we know, has its fair share of the number of out-of-school children, but with the political will and shown by Her Excellency and His Excellency, we are sure to have over 50% of them. We have a target. We said Gombe State has a fast and smart approach to the out-of-school children program, with whom we hope to move over 20,000 per local government. Times 11, we have over 220,000 children to mop off the streets back to the school. Because our motto is that every child in Gombe State deserves to be in the classroom. After mopping up and enrollment, retention is still a challenge. We have identified it an agile adolescent girl initiative and learning and empowerment, plus the efforts of the local government chairman is going to ensure that retention is maximized.
I would like to specially appreciate His Excellency Governor Muhammad Inuahaya for his visionary and commitment leadership in terms of vision on education. His recent pronouncement that local government should take charge and champion basic education is a game changer. We as local government chairman are heartened to see that these words are merged with action. And as such, we are going to work tirelessly to ensure improvement in our budgetary allocation in the educational sector. This bold move will undoubtedly have a positive impact on our educational system and empower our children to become productive citizens. As local government chairman, we are committed to supporting this initiative and working closely with the state government to ensure the success of this initiative.
Aside from enrollment, the presentation of awards to deserving children in sporting activities highlights the role sports play in shaping the future of out-of-school children.
Another trophy, second position.
The enrollment campaign moves to the local governments for out-of-school children in Amada, Akko local government area. Children are seen flocking in numbers, excited, joining their peers in the classrooms. The commissioner, flanked by the head of the UNICEF Bauchi office, began official enrollment of these out-of-school children. The partners are excited to be part of the exercise.
This is a very happy day because it's critical for the future of Gombe. Gombe is a star state, mashallah, doing very well. But out of school children, almost 700,000 that my sister, Commissioner Education, she shared with us. 700,000 children are out of school who are supposed to be in school. UNICEF works for the rights of child. So one of the basic right of every child is to be in school, have access to quality education, and grow to its best potential to be the best citizen of society tomorrow. And that is what we pray and we wish for Gombe to achieve, inshallah. So this is a very, very critical moment where we need support from everyone, from all parents, teachers, even students, traditional leaders, and everybody in this LGA. ACO LGA is supposed to have the largest number of out-of-school children. It is one of the biggest LGA. So we need to work hard, we need to work more for all the children to be enrolled in this LGA. Bigger it is, more influence it can make on the goals. So total goal for Gombe in this school enrollment drive 2025-2026 is 250,000 at least. But I pray that with all the efforts and dynamic leadership of the state government, where I would like to say a special thanks to His Excellency, Governor of Gombe and Deputy Governor of Gombe. Under their leadership, the Gombe is growing to the best. And I hope, inshallah, we will achieve the target of 250,000 children enrolled in school, but also go beyond it. Our target should continue, and every child in Gombe who is of school-going age should be in school, and no child should be left behind. Thank you very much.
Wanda suke makaranta da wanda za mu sa makaranta, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. To wanda suke makaranta, Allah ya sanya albarka a karatun da kuke yi. A wanda za mu saka yau, Allah ya sanya albarka a karatun da za ku yi a gaba. To a gwamnatance dai yau mun zo muku, kun ga har da baturiya muka zo muku da ita daga Pakistan don ta tabbatar za ku je makaranta kuma ku zama manyan mutane.
The State Universal Basic Education Board warned parents on ensuring their wards attended schools. For the enrollment children, the opportunity to join the League of Children on the pathway to education is appreciated.
I was not enrolled because my father did not have the means to send me back to school.
I appreciate the support to enable me continue with my secondary school, as I did not have the means to be in school.
We have seen, we have walked the talk. We talked last week and today we are walking it. And this is just the local government enrollment drive. We are going to do community enrollment and we are going to do house to house. And you see, just for today we have enrolled over 100 children. And you can imagine if we continue this for the next 30 days. We have a target of 400,000. UNICEF has given us only 250. We have made our own very ambitious, and we hope we are going to do that with the support of the local government chairman, with the support of the traditional rulers, the faith-based organization leaders, and then the parents of these children who are going back to school. And research has shown that some of them do not come back to school because they do not have basic learning and instructional aids. So we supported them with instructional aids and school bags. Uniforms are coming on the way for those that cannot afford it. Some can afford, it's just the political will to buy it and so on. And you see we have our development partners here. We have UNICEF, we have Northeast Development Commission, they are here, and they are all partners in this back to school drive.
What has been happening on education after the insurgency
that started 2009 or 10, and specifically to Yobe, to Adamawa. The thing has affected, seriously has affected the education. Education is a key. If there is no education, there is no life. Because if a child is not educated, we don't know what he is going to become in future. From our leaders, including, the leaders the leaders of Nigeria to our level, everybody went to school before getting to the level where he is.
As a local government, we will ensure that we form a committee that can be supervising to see the improvement of the registration of school children. Inshallah, we will move forward with the committee and give them the timeline and the template to ensure that the out-of-school children has been captured.
Out-of-school children, the numbers were very high. I recall vividly in 2019 September, we went to launch basic education and service delivery for all. Then the boy was the executive secretary of the Universal Basic Education Commission. UNICEF team was there. They mentioned that Gombe then had around 550 or so thousand out-of-school children. I said no. Those numbers were by far less than the real situation. Then they mentioned that their own account was for 2017. I said then we were 2 years behind. My observation was that we had a little more, around 700,000 plus. And that was because there was large dislocations and movements from states like Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, that moved into Gombe and settled. And also from other states, especially for Almajiri, because of the peaceful nature of the relocated agenda. So I estimated that around that time, we had around 700,000 plus. And it was somehow, we had to argue it out with the UNICEF zonal director. And at the end of the day, we got focused to see that this will do the middle. And alhamdulillah, with the support that we got from that time, through DESDA, and also the effort donated, we were able to, as yesterday or day yesterday, I mentioned in our budget, we were able to take back around 450,000 by the efforts we have.
The journey to ensure every child in Gombe gains access to education has begun with the enrollment exercise taking place in all 114 wards, with classrooms provided by the government, shows direct political will from the state government in tackling out-of-school menace. This is appreciatively complemented by the enthusiasm of the partners in making the children in the classroom possible.
Ni ɗaliban ku bar bai san waka ba a kira a ce sarki ba. Wannan ga a kira ni yarima balle a zuciya ban hau ba. Almajirin mawakan da wuri ko da na yau ba zan watsar ba. Na zo da tamburan baban mu gwamna Inuwa mai talaka.